Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Shayna and I do videos on fashion, lifestyle, and beauty. So if you are into that sort of thing, please click on the subscribe button down below. And if you're interested in being notified every time I upload, you can hit that little bell notification and it will let you know. Also, if you like these types of videos, please give this video a thumbs up and I would really appreciate that. So up until now, my YouTube channel has been all about fashion, handbags, makeup, skincare, self-tanner, those types of things. Today, I kind of want to get on a little bit more of a serious note, I guess. Decided I wanted to make this video. I'll tell you what I'm going to be talking about today because I really want to help people. Anyways, let me just go ahead and tell you what it's about first, okay? So today I want to share our TGA journey. TGA stands for Transposition of the Great Arteries, and my son was diagnosed with that before he was born, when he was inside the womb. And TGA, when I say TGA, it's Transposition of the Great Arteries. And I want to make this video today for any mom and dad who have recently got this diagnosis for their child. Usually it happens at their anatomy check or their anatomy scan, about 20 weeks in is when you find out. If you find out before your baby is born, some don't find out until the baby has been born, which I can't even imagine. But anyways, let me go ahead and get into it. I'm going to be sharing some pictures up here as I'm talking about our journey. And I am in no way a medical expert. This is just research that my husband and I have done on our own, and what helped us as we went along this journey, as we're still on this journey. So I actually printed out a definition of TGA that I would like to read before I try to explain it myself. So what is transposition of the great arteries? Transposition of the great arteries, or TGA, is a congenital heart defect that occurs when a baby's heart develops incorrectly in the womb. This condition is marked by the reversal of the heart's two most important blood vessels, the aorta and the pulmonary artery. In a healthy heart, the aorta pumps oxygen-rich blood to the body, and the pulmonary artery sends blood to the lungs. This is where the blood absorbs oxygen so that the oxygen-rich blood can then be pumped to the body. With transposition of the great arteries, however, not enough oxygen or rich blood circulates from the lungs to the body. So basically, I'll put a diagram up here, but the two main arteries, instead of being crossed, they're actually parallel. And a baby cannot live that way. It has to have surgery and it has to be corrected. So I'm going to start all the way at the beginning, okay? I've got some notes here that I wrote down because I don't want to miss anything. And any mom and dad that is watching this video today, I just hope that this gives you a little bit of hope. Just hang in there. I know not everybody's diagnosis is the same. Kanan just had DTGA is what that's called. There's different types. You can also have like a narrowing of the pulmonary artery, different things like that. He had DTGA. So anyways, let's rewind now. So my husband and I were married in 2011, and we actually just wanted to enjoy being married for a while before we decided to have children. So we basically enjoyed our whole 20s together, just being married. And I'm so glad we did that. It gave us a real chance to just connect. You know, we're super close, and I do not regret that decision of waiting at all. So after 9 years, we'd been married 9 years. I guess just like any couple, we were excited to find out that we were finally pregnant. So we had waited 9 years after we were married. That's what I said. And so we couldn't be happier when we found out we were pregnant, because we were ready, you know. It was October of 2019, I remember. And I was already 8 weeks along whenever I went to the doctor the first time. So I actually have type 2 diabetes. So my pregnancy was already a high risk pregnancy because of my diabetes. And so I had to have twice the amount of doctor's appointments for that. I went to a normal OB as well as the high risk doctor as well. So honestly, being pregnant with diabetes is not a very fun thing to be, it's just not. You end up you have to check your sugar 4 times a day, and you have to write it all down like a homework assignment. And then every time you go to the high risk doctor, you take them their blood sugars so you can show them that you've been eating right and not doing anything, not eating anything that you shouldn't be, and that your blood sugar is under control. So there's like a little bit of pressure right there, right out of the gates. So it was it was hard. When you're pregnant, you want to eat what you want to eat, right? Am I right? But I couldn't. I had to control my blood sugars. And before I was pregnant, I did pretty well at controlling my blood sugars. I lost 50 pounds. But I still, cheated every once in a while, or, I think that you have to do that in moderation. If you decide you want a piece of cake or know you're going to go out for the weekend, then you just be good the rest of the week and then enjoy your piece of cake, right? So in January of 2020, we found out we were pregnant, 8 weeks in October 2019. So January, we decided to do a fun gender reveal, just like everybody does these days. So my mom actually put one on for us, and we found out that we were having a baby boy. So we were super excited about that. I could not be happier to be a boy mom. I am a girly girl, but I am also a tomboy, if I can say that right, because I love sports, athletics. I dress pretty casual, sporty, kind of, style, whatever. But I like having my nails done. I like having my toes done. I like having my hair fixed and my makeup on. So that's definitely me too. But we found out we were having a baby boy, and we were super excited about that. We're over the moon for that. So we're going to fast forward now to the 3rd week of February of 2020. It was actually February the 18th. And I went for a routine check at my high-risk doctor, and I actually was going to get to see him that day. It was an ultrasound. So the sonographer came in, and she did all the normal things. And then came some words that weren't normal that I will never forget. And they were, "I need to have my colleague come and take a look at something." That's what she said. I'll never forget it. I was alone because, COVID, they would not let my husband come with me to my appointments anymore. So I was all by myself that day. And those were really hard words. I need to have my colleague come and take a look at something. So I'm trying not to get emotional during this video, and I think I haven't done a video in 2 weeks on this channel because I knew that I was going to do this one next, and I actually have kind of been avoiding it a little bit, but I really, really wanted to help somebody. Okay, so I have this down too. I was getting super nervous, anxious, and worried as she went and got her colleague. When she brought her colleague back, the colleague took a look and all said some more words that I will never forget. She said, "It seems there could be something wrong with your baby's heart. He could possibly have a heart defect called transposition of the great arteries. But we are going to send you to a pediatric cardiologist to confirm this, and we'll get you in there as soon as possible," she said. So she said, "They will call you today to set up an appointment." So I was like, okay. So I was trying to take all this in. I'm by myself, And so I'm thinking, okay, well, it's not a for sure thing. She explained it to me. It's not a for sure thing. But so I'm going to go to this pediatric cardiologist, and it's not a for sure thing. That's what I kept saying in my head. It's not a for sure thing. So I actually felt like I couldn't breathe for a little bit. After she said that, I thought I was going to have like a panic attack. So I just prayed, and I said, "God, please, be with our baby and keep him healthy." And I prayed that it wouldn't be true, But it literally felt like someone knocked the wind out of me when you hear those types of things. And honestly, up until this point in our lives, Dustin and I, we had never really had anything difficult come into our lives. You know, you have difficulties through life, but we hadn't had any sickness or physical problems, you know, so it was just really a punch in the gut. So that afternoon, after I left that appointment, I actually got a call right away from the pediatric cardiologist office that we still see today. And they got me in that next day. So, I went the next day to the cardiologist, and he did confirm that Kanan would have transposition of the great arteries. And then he proceeded to explain what's next for us. Now, we live in Knoxville, and we have a great university medical center here. That's where I was going for my appointments. We have, you know, very good healthcare here. But they do not do that type of surgery in Knoxville. So our cardiologist then proceeded to explain to us what we were going to have to do to have this baby. So actually they did allow my husband to come to that appointment, I guess because they knew that I would need some sort of support if it was true, you know. So they let him come in for that one, to the cardiologist that day. And, the cardiologist said, you know, what will have to take place is you will have to relocate to Nashville, Tennessee, probably for about a month before the baby's born, continue your appointments there, and then, you know, have the baby there, because the baby's going to have the open heart surgery right after he is born. So my like stomach was just turning. It was just in knots when he was telling me all this, because it felt so difficult. And it was difficult. But he said, you'll have to move to Nashville, basically, for about a month, and continue your appointments and have the baby there. And then they'll do surgery at least, you know, a few days after birth. So we just, you know, that was a lot to take into. But anyway, so we left the office and we thought, okay, we're going to have to do this, you know, there is no way else that we could have done this. And so we started doing the research, and we actually got to go. We had, it was Vanderbilt University in Nashville. And the good thing was our cardiologist that we met with used to work at Vanderbilt. So he already knew the surgeon's name. Like, he made us feel really comfortable, because he was like, okay, you're going to have this surgeon. This is what's going to take place. So basically, after Kanan was born, okay, we moved to Nashville. Fast forward, we moved to Nashville at the end of May, and or like towards the end of May, I think. Yeah. And Kanan was born on June 10th. Now, when they're born, most of the time, a TGA baby has to have a balloon sepectomy, which is when they stick it's like the balloon procedure, and it's to keep the holes in the heart open so the blood can mix and the baby can get oxygen. So they have to put a balloon up inside and blow up that balloon to keep those holes open. So he had that done pretty much not even a day after he was born. And 5 days later, he had his open heart surgery. Now, mind you, again, this was during COVID, and I'm not here to criticize the hospital policy, but I will just say that it was super hard, because they, I'm going to get emotional again here on camera. I can't help it. But they only allowed one parent every 24 hours. So, anyways, me and my husband had to switch out. We could not be together. It was really hard. Really hard on him, because I was there most of the time, because I was, you know, breastfeeding, pumping, whatever. Actually, I couldn't even breastfeed him. And I kind of got ahead of myself here. You know, delivery for a TGA baby is not a normal delivery, obviously, because he's delivered or he or she's delivered, he got to lay on me maybe for like 15 seconds, or maybe it was at least a minute before they whisked him away. There was about 25 to 30 people, excuse me, in my delivery room. The NICU people, they were just ready to go. They had a certain time limit for everything. Like, okay, during this time limit, we have to do this, we have to do this, we have to do this, we have to get him to the NICU, like super fast, you know? And so, he was kind of whisked away from me, which was very, very hard. And my husband, it was really hard on him because he had to leave me and go with Kanan. So anyways, that was very difficult. But anyways, so fast forward again, surgery 5 days after birth. They let my husband and I be in the hospital together for the surgery day, which I was very, very thankful for. And he came through the surgery great. Dr. Michelle, I'll mention his name. He is the head over the pediatric cardiology at Vanderbilt. I'm not sure if he still is right now, but anyway, he was at that time. But he's a wonderful man. Very calming and very cool and collective. Really good to talk to parents who were having a lot of anxiety and nervousness over this. So anyway, and they updated us all on the surgery. They would call every half hour. Okay, we're doing this. To call my husband every half hour. We're doing this next. We're doing this next. Just keep us up to date. So anyways, we were in the hospital for a total of 17 days and got to come home finally. And Kanan is doing really well right now. He just had his checkup, his heart checkup, cardiology appointment in April. And Dr. Liskey cleared him for a year and mentioned that he would, sorry, I think Kanan is actually waking up. I'm getting notifications on my phone. But he mentioned that he should be able to just have a normal life and play sports and, you know, not be hindered in any way. And he actually said that Kanan's heart repair was probably at the top of the list for how well it was done, and that he's doing very well. So I am so thankful to God for that. And I know that people were praying for us throughout the entire process, checking in on us, and I'm so thankful for that. But anyways, now I'm like ugly crying. I was trying really hard not to do this. But anyways, I will put some pictures at the end of this video, kind of the process of the surgery. But the main thing that, like I said, the main reason I wanted to make this is that if you are a mom and dad and you just got this diagnosis, just to hang in there. And it's hard to go through, and there's a lot of anxiousness, but there is hope, and you just gotta hang in there. And I'm so thankful that Kanan's doing so well, and he's running around like any normal 2-year-old would do and learning all the things. And I really hope this video helps you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below. Also, I did want to mention that if you did recently get this diagnosis, there's a great Facebook page called Transposition of Great Arteries. It's a group page, and that page really helped us so much, just to ask questions of people who had the procedure, you know, people whose kids had it, and then there's even some like 60, 70-year-old people on there that had that heart defect. So it was really, really handy and helped us a lot. So anyways, I'm going to end this video here. I hope that comment down below if this video helped you. I really want it to help those that just need to hear some encouragement. Again, if you got this diagnosis, just be hopeful and know that it is hard, but there is hope at the end. And I don't know. That's it. My thoughts are so scattered because it's just hard to talk about. And, you know, even now you have a lot of PTSD, you know, just hearing the beeping machine in, you know, of the oxygen levels. Like if his oxygen level was below 100, you know, that machine was beeping and going off, and just so many machines and medicines he was hooked up to. It was really hard to see, but, you know, I am so thankful for where we are now. And I hope this video helps somebody. So Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I hope you will consider doing so. Also, I share our life and fashion and everything else on Instagram too, under Style with Shayna over there too, so check that out. I hope y'all have a great rest of your week. Bye, y'all.